What's up, y'all? This is Dean Thomas reporting for the South Florida Insider, bringing you all today's mixed martial arts action, bringing it to you right in your living room. First, I got to congratulate my man Frankie Edgar for putting on an amazing performance, a performance that I knew he was very well capable of, and also props to Gray Maynard for giving it to him. It was a tough fight, a good hard battle for both guys. Ended up being a draw, but you know what? That's not the first time we've seen a draw in the lightweight division. The first title fight between BJ Penn and Kyle Uno also ended up in a draw in a tournament, which I was a part of. But eventually, unfortunately, I didn't make it to the finals. It was Kyle Uno and BJ Penn, and that fight ended up being a draw, and that was the reason why the UFC scrapped the lightweight division in the first place. But nonetheless, congratulations to Frankie Edgar for retaining his belt. It's going to make for one heck of a fight the next time they come around between Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard. Also, got to give props to Brian Stann, who put on an amazing performance, knocking out Chris Lieben, something that only one other person, Anderson Silva, has ever done before. You know, Chris Lieben has proven to be one of the toughest guys in the division, and Brian Stann handled him. He took him out in the first round. Props to Brian Stann for that. Something that I didn't expect. I actually expected Chris Lieben to beat him, but Brian Stann, showed what he was made of and showed that he's going to be a top contender in the middleweight division. Now, coming up, I may be a little late with this. We have the fight for the troops tonight, or actually tomorrow night. So if you're watching this, it's a little late. I'm not going to give too much insight on this. All I can say, it's a one heck of a matchup between Melvin Gillard and Evan Dunham. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Kenny Florian fight Evan Dunham, but Melvin Gillard stepped up to the plate. He's going to be taking on Evan Dunham. I think Melvin Gillard is a heck of a fighter. He's probably one of the fighters who turned his career around the most that we've seen. A complete 180. Well, not a complete 180, but going from, just a very good athlete to a good athlete with a lot of skills. And I think he's going to bring everything. I think he has everything that it takes to beat Evan Dunham. But Evan Dunham, he's kind of the dark horse of the division. I think Evan Dunham has the ability to be champ. So I think that makes for a good fight. I think it's going to make for a fight that's really going to put some staples and signify some things in the lightweight division. I think that both guys are capable of being champs. And, this fight is really going to catapult one over the other as far as that whole division goes. But the fight that I think everybody is most excited about, Anderson Silva, Vitor Belfort, February 5th, UFC 126. That is a fight, I think that's probably one of the biggest fights in Brazil history since maybe Rickson Gracie and Zulu back in the day. I mean, this fight is really going to kind of split Brazil in half. Vitor Belfort, one of the greatest champions of all time from Brazil, against Anderson Silva, the current greatest champion of right now, of today, the current champion. So, what can you say about that fight? I think both guys are just phenomenal athletes. Phenomenal athletes. True champions in their own right. Who's going to win? I'm not sure who's going to win. I actually give the advantage to Anderson Silva. I think that his stand-up game is a little too rounded for Vitor Belfort. I know Vitor Belfort may be a better athlete, pure athlete, but I think Anderson Silva, with his timing and just his precision in striking, is just, I think, head and shoulders above most guys. So I'm gonna have to give the advantage to Anderson Silva. On the ground, I'm not sure. I think maybe Vitor Belfort maybe have the advantage on the ground. But not enough advantage to be able to submit Anderson Silva. I think if Anderson Silva's healthy, I see him pulling this one out. I think I'd say probably third or fourth round stoppage, and that's just because he's so precise with his strikes. But just a tremendous fight. I'm really looking forward to this fight. Tremendous fight. Also looking forward to Forrest Griffin and Rich Franklin. These two guys, they've been around forever. I'm surprised they haven't fought previously in the past. Because they've been around. They should have probably fought, just, them being in different weight classes. But, coming up at the same era, I remember both of these guys coming up. We all came up kind of at the same time. And I remember them guys coming up. And, I'm proud of them. They're still out there, still making waves. I'm going to give the advantage to, I don't know who to give the advantage to. I think both of these guys both present problems for each other. It's just going to be a great fight, and I think the fans are going to be the winner in that one. Also, we got John Jones and Ryan Bader. I don't think Ryan Bader is going to be the guy to stop John Jones. I think Ryan Bader does. He may be a better pure wrestler, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think he has enough tools to stop John Jones at this time. but you never know. That's why people fight. And Ryan Bader's undefeated. So is John Jones. Well, John Jones is not undefeated. He's got one loss due to disqualification, but in the eyes of the world, he's undefeated. But I think that right now, John Jones is the guy at 205 that's really the one to look out for, and I'm not sure Ryan Bader's going to be the one to stop him. Although, I don't never like to underestimate a guy. Ryan Bader has never lost. He's never really shown many holes in his game. But I think that John Jones is just on another level right now, and it's his time. But we'll see. I'm really excited about next week. So check me out. I'm Dean Thomas with the South Florida Insider. Check me out next time. You can also check me out at www.attpsl.com. If you have any questions for me personally, Dean Thomas, South Florida Insider. Check us out.